I guess we'll address this one first. Let's just read the first few sentences, okay? Because there is just no winning. I'm going to run down the ways in which I just think there's no winning for me, right? I respect your content, but it seems like when it's something that you want, you're super excited. Super excited. Overly excited. Grinning from ear to ear. I would hope, if I'm spending my hard-earned money, I would hope that I like the item. I would hope I'm excited. On a scale of don't give a damn to very excited, especially in these times where your dollar is not going as far, I would truly hope that I'm excited about an item I want. And so let's just run this down really quick when I say apparently in 2025, like there's really no winning. So I have people that are somewhat upset, or they just simply don't like the fact that I don't buy as many sneakers anymore. I don't buy as much clothing anymore. Mind you, that was my personal decision for my own buying behavior and habits. That has nothing to do with anyone else. You are free to spend every single dollar that you have until you have absolutely nothing else in the bank. It has no effect on me. I made the decision to pull back on the things that I no longer wanted to just buy at a crazy rate. Never did I ever say that you needed to do the same. I laid out my reasoning for it. I laid out the thought process behind it, also space being a factor. Again, never did I say you couldn't. And so we have those who have an issue with the fact that I don't buy as much anymore. And then my perception of value happened to change. Never did I say that it needed to change for you, but maybe it could have, because yes, I've observed other people say, if I'm spending more money on Jordan Retros, which we'll get to those price hikes, if I'm spending more money on Jordan Retros, can I at least get, more comfort, better materials? Can I get something extra to really give me the value I'm looking for? Because I do have other options in the market. Then yes, those same options may be at $200 and $220, because yes, we're possibly talking about New Balance pairs, but maybe consumers are feeling that they're getting the quality they want. Maybe they feel like they're certainly getting the comfort they want, and they have options. They don't even have to go up to the price point of 200. They can certainly kind of play around in that area that's a little bit lower, the 150 to the 180, and you have a lot of options in that area. Matter of fact, let's just take it down a little bit in a range, and you can go to the 110, and you have brands that are delivering there as well, and they're giving you something that is comfortable. But never did I say that you should just stop buying retros because I happen to see value differently. I haven't said that. So for the pairs that I am excited about, because I have a little bit more discernment for myself these days, and oh, by the way, yes, I watch the comments of my peers, and a lot of you will actually come at them because they don't actually have a differentiation between the pairs that they love and the pairs that they just don't care about. It feels like a blanket excitement across the board, so you're really trying to figure out, do you really like this shoe, or are you just hyped for everything, right? I observe that, and I'm like, okay, I don't necessarily want to go down that road because it's a lot of harsh criticism that comes with that, and I understand that, people can pick up on the fact, I think this is true, if you are really, truly excited for something, right? If something has really just touched you to the core of who you are in your style and just, what it is that you really appreciate about something, a passion, a niche, it doesn't matter. I think people can easily see that. And I think a lot of you have seen that. And what has led up to Asia's shoe and the rollout and the announcement for May 2024 into the shoe actually dropping. And yes, I take an initial L, and then I got the pair, and yes, I'm beyond excited. And I guess now my excitement is too much. Like, I'm too excited for the pairs that I really want. Isn't that what you're supposed to be? Are you not supposed to be excited? Also, by the way, April 2018 was when I started Talks with TJ. It actually was originally just an all finance channel. So since day one, I've always spoken about being smart with money. Also, why does being smart with money trigger people? Why? Like, why is that a trigger for people? Why is it a bad thing to say, hey, just be responsible with money? Because you know what? Let's lead into the actual headline. Klarna's consumer credit losses rose 17% in the first quarter. I bet they did. And also, yeah, apparently the company said that doesn't reveal much about consumers' finances. Yes, it does. It reveals that they're not making their payments. The buy now, pay later. They're buying, but they're not actually paying what they should be later on those installments. And you don't think that that's an indicator? You don't think that's a recession indicator? You don't. And I've had people that are like, no, this is the greatest thing since sliced bread. And people use it responsibly. So I don't understand why people are freaking out about it. They're delaying their IPO partly because of this, okay? It's not a good look. It's just not. Like, again, pausing its plans to go public. It's not a good look. It is so bad. These credit losses swell to $136 million. This country is just... All right, and moving right along, because we were also told, or at least I was told, I've seen in comments, that no, like, brands aren't going to raise the prices. Like, these tariffs aren't going to affect anything. The tariffs aren't going to cause the prices of the goods that are imported from other countries to go up. It's not. Really? Okay, so we know that everyone and their mom has already spoken on this, right? Nike will raise their prices. They are. Not only Nike, Asics also put out that they are going to raise their prices too. Now, Nike wanted to throw out the PR statement. We regularly evaluate our business and make pricing adjustments as part of our seasonal planning. I'm sure you do, but also let's throw the tariffs in. And again, I spoke about it from a pretty objective standpoint of they're a business and they're not a charity, so they're looking at their margins. And I know people are going to say, well, a billion-dollar company, multi-billion-dollar company, they can handle a hit to their margins more than we could as individuals. You're right, they can, but the thing is, do they want to? And it's no. Like, if you caught my other video where I say, hey, let's address your margins, okay, which is the disposable income you have to play with, you probably don't want that affected either. Do you know why? Because a lot of us don't want to humble ourselves to spend less and lower our lifestyles when we earn less. If you've ever gone through a period in your adulthood of earning less, you actually do need to humble yourself a little bit and spend less. Your lifestyle cannot be the same anymore. If you want to keep your lifestyle where it was based on what you were making, but you're not making now, that is a great way to go into debt. And if you're using buy now, pay later, you could be one of those people that hasn't paid back that $136 million. Okay, so they said there are several exceptions, right? So the Air Force One being one. Great. Okay. The Air Force One is going to be one. Now, there are other shoes, right, that are certainly going to kind of be exempt, or different items that will be exempt from this. Now, one thing that I already noticed, they've kicked in. Like, June 1st was the date where they said, hey, this is when it's going to kick in, right? And they did exclude some things like kids' shoes and Jordan apparel and Jordan accessories. If that is something that you buy, not really affecting you. But when we go to, like, the shoes that are over $100, right, $5 increase is expected. June 1st, okay? I just want you all to know, though, that I paid $110 plus tax for my A1 in the Pink Aura and the OG Pearl. That shoe has already gone up $5 on Nike's website. It's already $115 now. Already $115. It is not June 1st yet. And then the Leo Lights, that is going to be the black and pink pair, the highly anticipated pair that people are really looking forward to. May 29th. That is not June 1st yet. That, too, is going to cost more. So, you know, you possibly didn't F around depending on, you know, what you voted for, but we're all finding out. We are all finding out right now. So that's already gone up. If you take a look at the reimagined UNC1 also, that was 180 when it dropped on May 10th. It's now 185 as well. Did I lose days? Because we're not at June 1st yet. But whatever, people are just gonna have to pay that. So yeah, these are going up. And then Asics, their prices are going up spring, summer 2026. Now, let me say this in relation to Asics. I think they are in a more prime position to be able to raise some of their prices regardless of the reason, a little bit more than Nike and Jordan Brand. Why? Their shoes are still priced lower across the board 9 times out of 10 than what a Nike or a Jordan pair will be. They're already starting out lower, okay? So their ceiling has a little bit more room to go. It's not gonna hurt people's pockets as much, right? A gel 1130 instead of 100, it's 110. Okay, weird fact. First time I've ever had my camera overheat on me. Okay, all right, well, we're back. We're back. So, would it help with their customer base? Oh, okay. What I was saying, actually, constructive criticism. It is absolutely positively okay to constructively criticize a brand that you like and you adore and you have been loyal to for many, many years. That doesn't mean that you have beef with the brand. That doesn't mean that you don't like them as a brand. It means as a consumer, you have thoughts and you're sharing them just like you guys can share your thoughts. If you glaze everything that they do, that doesn't mean they're automatically just going to give you anything. Like, okay, that's just for some people that take it personal when, like, individuals criticize Nike or Jordan Brand. But yes, their customer base, it is dwindling, and not necessarily that it's just plummeting, but people have branched out. I myself have branched out. A lot of you have branched out. That's just the reality. So, you know, earn favor with their dwindling customer base by eating the cost, but in turn producing less product that isn't being purchased and ultimately going on sale anyway. I think that is a smart way that they could go about it, right? So, PR, who can actually look the best to the customer, who can actually make like pretend damn near sometimes it feels like lying, okay, that you are in it for the customer. Really, you're a business for profits, or you're in it for the dollar, but you're going to make it look as if you are in it for the customer, because the brand that would choose to not raise their prices, the brand that, again, just don't raise them. If everyone else is raising them and you just keep yours the same, you already look like a winner. You already look like a friend. You already look like someone that is looking out for the customer. Now, if you were to lower your prices, your investors would literally lose it, but customers would be happy. Like, you would gain a lot of favor. So there is favor to be gained if Nike were to choose to not raise their prices. If any brand were to choose to not raise their prices, I think, we're thinking it would behoove them to do that. And then slash some of these product lines, because it just does feel like a lot of them are bloated. Like, there are a lot of things that are being produced, and I know you all say the term all the time, and I get it. Who asked for this? I get it. I really do. Are they going to do that? Probably not. Probably not. Optically, I think that would be great. I think it would look as if they are caring for the customer. I don't know that's not what they're doing. I could say that's not what they're going to do, but they're clearly not, because prices have already gone up. Now, also with prices going up, let's be realistic. This doesn't mean people are just going to stop buying sneakers because of the $5 to $10 increase. That doesn't. You will have some people that will just be really brash and say, oh my God, if you're too broke to afford the $5 or $10 cost, then you shouldn't be buying sneakers anyway. It has to do with more of death by 1,000 cuts in terms of your spending power and then your disposable income, right? Because yes, it's $5 and $10 here for your shoes, but you're already seeing $5 and $10 increases for every single service that you pay for, whether it's a need or whether it's a want, whether it's self-care, whether it's just upkeep of your hygiene, whether it's going to the grocery store, whether it's gas, whether it's things related to your kids' school expenses, whether it's work related. Everything is incrementally going up. So it feels like death by 1,000 cuts. Everywhere you look, something is going up. You know what's not going up? Your pay. So that's why people are frustrated, right? The $5 and the extra $10, it just feels like, for some, it is the straw that's really breaking the camel's back. I've seen some people comment on other creators' videos that they're done. Like, they're really done. These prices going up even more, they're done. Now, for some, again, if you have really been into Asics and, just Nike Retro Runners and New Balance and Adidas and Saucony and a lot of other brands, right? It could be Puma. We can just throw all the brands in there. You have options, and they don't have to be at that higher price point. So if it was only, let's say, 110, 120, and now it goes up to 130, not the worst case scenario, especially if you are getting really good value and comfort. I think that's why the mesh retro runners are doing so well. People want to feel like they have value with something that's not breaking the bank and it's not taking them over $150. The retros, it's a little bit different. It could be the same said for New Balance, right? It's a little bit different. I will say that New Balance, in terms of, I think, their quality control and their comfort, you can certainly get more at that $200 price point, but people want what they want. And there's nothing wrong with that. If you want a retro, you want a retro. It doesn't matter. You are probably not going to like that price increase, but I don't think that stops anyone from really buying the shoes they want. A lot of you are so excited about the Air Jordan 4 white cement that will drop this weekend. Depending on when I get the video out, I'm sure the shoe has already dropped on Saturday morning by the time I can get this out. But a lot of you want that shoe, and I'm wishing you nothing but the best. Like, it looks to be widely available everywhere, so please understand, I am really wishing you all the best. And being able to get that shoe, just not something that I was interested in, and hopefully you all are not dealing with the nonsense of, oh my God, you're not a real sneakerhead if you don't want this shoe. Some people have never liked a white cement for it, and that's okay. I own the older 2012 GS pair, and it just is what it is for me. I'm okay with not having it. But go ahead and comment your thoughts below on brands increasing their prices, especially for Nike, and then also we've seen that happen for Asics. Buy now, pay later delinquencies. We're in terrible times if that's what we're seeing. We really are. And if you're excited about the things that you've picked up, the sneakers that you have this year, that's what you should be. Please don't let anyone tell you different. Be sure to check out my recent videos for both the A1 Pink Aura and the OG Pearl. As always, act your age, not your shoe size. Peace.